All right. How did I get this in here like that? Welcome, everyone. Welcome. I'm going to give it a moment. Welcome, Jackie. Welcome, Gary. Is that Gary? I can't see y'all. Gary. Welcome, everyone. Welcome. So glad to have you guys here. This is going to be a culmination of things. So I'm going to be filling some bags because I'm going to be offering some bath salts to people because I totally believe that they are necessary. I'm not giving anything just for, just to be seen. I'm not coming forward with things just to be seen or to, make it about me. I am at a place right now in my life where I can start giving back to people some things that I have found very essential in my walk spiritually, in what I've come across in my walk. So these bath salts that I'm offering to the public have been a godsend, literally. They have been a very big help for me in just maintaining a positive outlook in life and in feeling capable to overcome some of the stumbling blocks that have been put in my way, in my path, upon my walk in life. So that's the purpose of this. So today's conversation is going to be a podcast episode, and it's going to be kind of what I did yesterday because I didn't make enough. I only made enough for myself, and I used some of my salts today. I feel really invigorated by using them. One thing about these salts is that when you use them in the shower, because I use them in the shower, you can put them in your bath as well. It works both ways. But whenever you use them, they kind of spread with the steam in the shower or in the bath, and it just invigorates everything. And it gives off this wonderful, uplifting, vibrant, and refreshing scent that just makes you feel like, even if you were down before you got in the shower or the tub, when you come out of it, it's undeniable the sensation that it gives off, and it's all positive. So today, like I said, welcome everyone. We have a nice amount of people here. I'm going to be incorporating the podcast episode in tandem with me creating some of my products. So I'm going to be filling bags and talking while I do so. So this podcast episode is going to be about the rising of the Kryst. Rising of the Kryst. So I know many people in the Judeo-Christian walk believe, that there will be a physical manifestation of Jesus, the Christ, coming back in the form of a person. And I'm not here to negate that. I'm with that. That's great. I'm not negating that at all. But I also want to bring to the forefront the fact that this Christ that many people are looking to come back is a consciousness also. This is what Jesus was conveying when he was multiplying himself amongst his disciples. He was conveying to his disciples that this consciousness is what he is embedding within them, is to get them to think the way he thinks, to come into the knowing as to how, in the same way that he has come into his knowing. And it will be this knowing that will come about, and that the world, some of those that are in control will not want to come about. It's a consciousness. And again, this is the same consciousness that Jesus was multiplying amongst his 12 so that they could go out and multiply it amongst others. It's a consciousness. And so that's what I want to speak to today, is this conscious way of going about and seeing yourself in life. And it is this consciousness of one coming into their own particular knowing that will be very pivotal in the years and months and days to come. Oh, 1 second. Oh, goodness. So, yeah, this is my Epsom salt that I'm going to be adding. Yesterday I did not make enough. I don't know what I was thinking. I really don't. I'm going to add a little. No, that's enough for now. And so, hold on 1 second. It's hot. It's been hot out here in California. I don't know what the weather has been for you all where you are, but whew, it has been a doozy here in SoCal. So this consciousness, getting back to what I was saying, is what is being looked upon negatively. And this one would wonder, well, why would someone not want this consciousness to take hold? Well, it goes back to the fact that many people have built systems upon a certain consciousness to make the system run smoothly. In order for the system to run smoothly, you've got to get the people to buy in mentally, because all of it is mental. They can get you to buy in mentally, then they can get you to align that thought pattern and your actions to that which supports the system. And when anything comes upon you that is not in support of that system, you've got to try to annihilate it. And, you know, Jesus is coming forth and he's saying to his disciples and the people that I am not coming to undo anything, but I am here to awaken the lost sheep. I'm here to give the lost sheep some guidance, because the people were completely off track. I mean, fundamentally, they were looking to do the right thing. They were looking to do the right thing by God, so much so that they were not doing anything. Have you ever been in a situation where you wanted to do the right thing so much that you just, everything was the devil? Everything is taboo. Everything is not in alignment or in accordance with God. And you find yourself in these places not because you are evil or looking to do wickedness. You find yourself in these places because you do not, you don't want to do wrong. You want to get the full promise. You want to get everything that God has in store for you on the table. You want to do everything that God has created for you to do. You want to stand in the complete integrity of the promises of God. And so because of that, because we don't have a fundamental understanding, we look at things in a manner, we look at things that are not literal and we take them literal. We look at figurative things and we make them literal. when they were never created to be literal. They're never created to be taken literal. They were created to be figurative and to stay as figurative. Oh, I forgot my dendritic. And to stay as figurative. But because you wanted to do the right thing, you've now taken them literally. So, that's the conversation that I have for you today regarding this consciousness. And I just thought of coming on and doing this video. So this, again, everything on this channel is organic, you guys. You know, I'm out here just winging it. I'm looking to find my niche. And this may not be flowing as smoothly as it would be if I were sitting in front of the camera and not engaging in other things. But the idea just came upon me to do this. So here I am. Now, as it relates to the many shepherds that have come amongst the people, the many shepherds, because, you know, right now we're in a state where there aren't many well, I can't say that. There are those that say that they are prophets, but there are no prophets moving in the way that they moved during biblical times. You know what I mean? Like, we don't see any Elijahs over here. I mean, you know, honestly, the masses don't see them. That's the thing. The masses don't see the Elijahs. But there are Elijahs moving amongst you. The masses don't know of them, though. It's not like in biblical times where you didn't have the internet or you didn't have all these hierarchical structures governing people. It wasn't that way. So if one came amongst the people would know. But nowadays, like when Elijah went and waged war with the 40 prophets of Baal, 450 prophets of Baal, the people knew of it. Because he was actually in front of these people, and it was like a spiritual contest. It was another episode of Moses and Pharaoh going on. You know, you throw down your sword, your staff. I'll throw down my staff, and we'll see who has the best outcome. It was that type of thing going on. I'm just gonna smash up some of this rosemary because rosemary is long, and it, you know, I don't want it to be too chunky or cumbersome in the salt. But nowadays we don't have that. And I'm here to tell you that there are many people that have come amongst you that have fought significant spiritual battles on their own that have qualified them to come amongst you. And you would not know of it. And this is the thing, and this is what makes me say that we've got to not rewrite scripture, but we've got to update the timeline of it. Because God moves still, friend. God moves in front of us in real time. And a lot of the people that God moves through, the enemy has a profound way of changing the viewpoint or the vantage point from which the public views these people. He's a brilliant architect of such things. He's an illusionist. He is absolutely an illusionist. So we've got to be able to change our thinking as to how we view certain things, because I'm here to tell you that God is moving tremendously still. God is moving profoundly still. And a lot of times, you know, when I look at the story of Elijah, I always poke fun, because I'm here to tell you that if Elijah were to come forward and do the things that he did in waging war openly with the prophets of Baal today, And they had, we have the internet, and it was put on the internet and everyone was able to see it. We would be poking fun at Elijah. We would criticize Elijah. We would forsake all of the greatness that Elijah overcame by himself. You got to remember, Elijah was alone. Every prophet that God has sent amongst the people, they have come forth by themselves. They didn't have the luxury of having a support system. They didn't have the luxury of having someone to tell it to. They had to enter into intense battles by themselves with just a knowing that God is going to see them through. They would enter in these intense battles without knowing what the bigger picture is. They would just know that God told me to go and do this. They wouldn't even know. A lot of them wouldn't even have a promise from God that they would make it through it safely. Look at the story of Elijah. Look at David. Look at Moses. God never told any of these people. Most often, God did not tell these people the end result. Most often, he didn't. Yet these people would go into these situations a lot of times because they would have to. How do you tell God no? How do you run from something that is deep within you, propelling you to move forward? This is how God moves. He moves from inside. It is a calling. It's something that you've got to do. You cannot deny it. No matter how frustrating it may be to people, and it's going to frustrate people that here she comes again or here he comes again with it, you've got to do it. It reminds me when I used to be in sales. I tell you, all my roles, God has prepped me for all of the things that I have experienced in life. I've been in sales my entire career. I don't know anything but sales. That's all I know. And when I first got in sales, one moment. When I first got in sales, I was like everybody else. I didn't want to come across like I'm nagging people. I didn't want to be nagging people. But I was fascinated with the star salespeople and how they were able to command the conversation and not make themselves come across like they're small or like they're begging. It was a way that they viewed themselves in engaging with these people. And I was viewing myself like the 11 that went into the Canaanite region and saw that it was a place of giants. I was viewing myself like those people when I first entered into sales. I was intimidated. I felt small. I didn't feel worthy enough to command such a high dollar amount for the product that I was selling. I never had that amount of money by myself. I was new. I was just out of high school. I didn't know anything. And so I was like embarrassed to talk to people. And I started defaulting down to my childlike nature. I was trying to sell them on my childlike nature. Like, just buy this for me. I'm the nice girl new at this job. I know you can relate. Because that's what we do when we're trying to win people over. We try to win people over most times with relatability. Relatability. And there's nothing wrong with that. But me trying to win people over with relatability was not serving me, because the level of relatability that I was trying to win them over at was a downgrade for them. I wasn't meeting them at their level. I was making them regress. I wasn't standing in authority. I was coming across as a beggar, as someone that you would show pity to. And that would be the only way that they would buy from me. They didn't buy from me because they trusted that I knew what I was talking about. They didn't buy from me because I solved a problem for them. They were buying from me because I was coming across as the new girl, the girl that needs help and that doesn't have really much to offer. And that's okay sometimes. That's cool. I'm not here to negate that. And that's really not the moral of my conversation. But I learned quickly that if I wanted to succeed, I needed to produce. Kind of like Sarah and Hagar. See, and it's only so long you can hold space and people are going to be accepting of you and understanding of you, new girl or not. You've got to get to a threshold or a space where you have ramped up and you can actually produce. And that was me. I had finally gotten to the place where I could produce, and I was able to work at my craft to a point and perfecting it through desire, through wanting to perfect it. So I put in just as much as I needed to overcome all the fears and all of the little nuances that I had when I got the job. I was able to transform myself to meet the need of the role that I was hired to succeed in. And I learned very early how to take rejection without feeling rejected. That's number one in sales. You've got to be able to handle rejection. I don't care about being rejected. I know it might seem like I am to some people, because I don't want to come across like I don't care about being rejected. Because in me coming across as if I care, I don't care, it puts me in another light that really isn't who I am. It can be viewed in another way that is not truthful. So it's okay at times to be viewed as if, it hurts you that you're being rejected. But you must know something different. And the reason for me bringing all of these things up, pretty much has to do with what I said about Elijah. Elijah will go into this environment as God's footman, not because he probably signed up for it and asked God, prayed to God day and night to be a prophet and to go and do these things. I'm sure it wasn't the case. If we look at all of the other prophets, you never see anyone doing such things. But because he had a calling over his life that was undeniable, he could not escape himself. This is what the calling is. The calling is a calling of you. It's not an outside thing. It's not reporting to someone that comes and tells you to do it. It's all internal. And you wrestle with it to the point that you've got to act on it. And in acting upon it, even though you are rejected and people do not receive you well, you are able to handle it. You don't let it affect you or change you. Yet the physicality of it, the going in and out of it, and how it weighs on the mind is what affects you. And this is what would affect Elijah. And this is what would affect David. It is the physicality of it, the going in and out of it, and dealing with all of the pushback from the people, and then staying in alignment with God at the same time, and then covering yourself and controlling your emotions and balancing yourself so that you never fall out of alignment. Because you need the total covering of God to get through it. It weighs on you and it affects other areas of your life. So sure, you'll get an A in your walk spiritually in doing what God has ordained for you to do. You will get an A. Because that's what matters most. Because that is the nucleus of all the other things that spring forth from your life. So you're going to hone in completely in on that. Yet, you putting so much attention on that, and because of the weight of that being so significant, it pulls from all of your reserve resources that you have to manage your other stuff. And because it's just you, there's nobody to delegate anything off to. It's a single Larry walk, and it's tremendous. God, I wish I could reach out and touch you. And I forgot the name of the movie where the guy could touch someone and you could feel what he was feeling. I wish I could reach out and touch you and you could feel what it's like. And you would have another level of respect for those people that come in and out of those things, friend. See, when people would look at Elijah and say, you know, if we looked at him today doing what he did back then, we would negate all of the monumental things that he did, going by himself and waging war with the 450 prophets of Baal. These are the most powerful sorcerers in the country. These are the prophets that the queen of Israel, who was a Phoenician, had hired to guard her and the nation. She was serious about her role. She was the power behind the throne. So you know that her prophets were powerful. To be one of her prophets in her kingdom, you had to be powerful. You had to have output, tangible results of your calling, of your anointing. And Elijah, one man, comes upon them and annihilates them with less. They had more. And he comes, just one single man, and annihilates them with less. Yet, had he been viewed today, they would have never have spoken highly of really what he did, which was the monumental defeat of all of her prophets. They would have tried to reduce that. And they would have placated upon him going up upon the mountain and putting his head between his knees afterwards. They would have heightened that. They would have heightened the residual effect, the ugliness that comes from doing monumental things in spirit. And many people would fall for it. This is the tactic. When you look at David, and you see David going in and out of all of his situations with running from Saul by himself. Nobody even knows. Nobody even really knows in the beginning what's going on with David. And he goes in and out of these just overwhelming situations with Saul. Literally ostracized from the country. He can't even go home. He can't even see his family. He can't even go and pray amongst his people. He can't even stand on the soil of his own ground and worship his God. He can't. He's got to go into enemy territory. He's completely ostracized, disconnected. Yet many of you would have written him off before he even got to the real monumental portions of his walk. Many people in the world, not many of you guys, but many people in the world would have written him off. They would have told him, don't go and slay Goliath. Don't go. Why are you going to slay Goliath? Turn the other cheek. Just let him go out there and do what he has to do and just take the high road. Many of the people in the world would have told him to do that. Many people. Yet him slaying Goliath would lead Israel would put him on the map, and it would be a pathway that God would be able to use to straighten out some rough edges that was created within the house. It would be a pathway to expose Saul for who Saul was, and to allow God to see David for who David is, and the nation to see David for who he was. And then for God to eradicate Saul and allow it to naturally play itself out, and then to naturally allow David to elevate himself. And in doing so, we will be able to stand in the total bloodline of the house of David, the house in which the Messiah would be birthed. But yet, had anyone had their way or an opinion about it, it probably never would have happened. Ever. So these are some of the things that I'm bringing to light because Opinions are great. I know I have an opinion. This is all my opinion here. But this is an opinion that I'm offering you to give you as food to think about. I don't ever want anyone to take what I say and run with it. This is a channel for people that like to think independently, that are not afraid to look at things from all perspectives. Even if you listen to other people's opinion, you have a strong grasp upon your own walk and your own alignment with God to filter out what you deem is worthy and what you don't, and to take note of it. Because I'm here to tell y'all, you got folks out here that'll tell you things, and before you know it, you and those people will be sitting right in hell together. And you will then default to what your knowing is. You will no longer be following those people. You will immediately recognize, okay, I took the wrong route following these people. And following them has led me to hell, and we are both in hell. Let me default to who I really am and what I really know, and do what the internal God in me is telling me to do. And you will find when you default to that you will have more capabilities, more power in spirit than those people you were following. And it will be your capabilities and your power in spirit that will lead those people that led you to hell out of hell with you. That's how God works. I'm here to tell you. That is how your Creator works, friends. Did I do this already? I don't think I put that. That is how your Creator works. So, just wanted to come on with a little rigmarole for y'all today. Nothing spectacular. Nothing spectacular at all. Start adding my oils to this. This is rosemary. Yep. So, wish I could screen share, but I don't have anybody. Anybody want to screen share? Want to pose a question? Anybody? I'm just having fun with it today. I'm looking to have more fun, and I have some tremendous ideas. I'm a very creative person. I have many, many talents. And one of which is dealing with essential oils and bath salts. One is this. This is my love. This is like my hobby. I love it. It makes me feel so happy. And it is a gift. Many people that know me because of these salts. And because they're just so useful, and people find them effective. I know I do. I find them effective. I'm somewhat of a loner, y'all. I'm not even somewhat, I am a loner. I spend a lot of time by myself. I don't really like a lot of riffraff. And but the people that I do know that I incorporate into my life, they know me by way of these salts. And so I've had people want me to make these salts so long that they don't even reach out and ask me to make them anymore, because I haven't been making them. Over the last 3 years, I just haven't been doing anything. And, so, but I'm getting back to it. So that was rosemary. And I'm going to put my bay up in there. So I added some bay to it already, and this bay is expensive, y'all. None of this stuff is cheap. That's why when I was like apprehensive in selling it, because I don't want to sell it half done. If I'm going to sell it, I'm going to sell it the way I make it. And I don't cut corners with the amount of essential oils that I put in it, because the essential oils allow it to be effective. They do. It's a bath salt. It's a spiritual bath salt because it's supposed to benefit you spiritually. Yet if you cut corners on the oils, then, you know, you don't get the full effect of it. The salt is going to work anyway, because the salt is going to burn away all negative impurities and things of that nature. But the essential oils add a heightened resonance to the salt. They layer the salt with the natural botanical extracts that come from the plant in which the essential oil is derived from. So you want to get, after you've burned away all the impurities, you want to layer on protective elements and positive elements that are lent to you by these essential oils to fortify yourself, to serve you. Not just physically, surely they fortify you physically. The essential oils have tremendous health benefits to the skin. I mean, literally, I'm 51. Now, I'm not trying to say I look the best or anything else, and I do have a filter, but I could come on here. I wouldn't look too different than this without the filter. I mean, it's a little bitty filter, but my body doesn't have a filter. I'm telling you, the last 3 years have been chaotic. Chaotic is an understatement. I'm telling you. I'm here to tell you. And I don't work out like that. I'm not a gym enthusiast. I walk my dog and I walk up a hill, you know, and I'm looking to do more as once I'm able to do more consistently. But I'm just telling you that over the last 3 years, I haven't had a particular diet. I'm not a vegan. You know what I mean? I wasn't even really drinking a lot of water like I should. I was going through a lot. Absolutely a lot. And it's these essential oils. So, you know, I do have a body line, and I'm not offering anything with my body line for my body line right now, but just to reinforce the tremendous positive impact that these essential oils have. They are tremendously helpful. I cannot speak enough about them. And I don't cut any corners with them. So I'm gonna add a little eucalyptus here. And a lot of these oils, when you see them in smaller containers, I refill them with my larger containers. So they're just what you find in the larger containers. I just refill in the smaller. So, very good. Okay. I'll put a little lemon off in this thing. Love me some lemon. Lemon livelies you up. Lively up yourself. Lemon does it. So add a little lemon. Actually, lively up yourself. You want to mix it really good. And again, I'm making what I'm going to have in the bags here. So this is exactly what's going to be for sale. And so what I have is 32 and 12 ounce bags. I'm going to put a little more lemon off in there. have kept that cap. Didn't need to throw that out. If I don't know anything, I know these salts. And one thing about me, I don't talk about anything I don't know, and I don't do anything, or I don't put things together unless I really know about them. Like when I came forward with the Bible studies, it was easy for me to do because I had been pondering it my whole life. It wasn't like I had to study up to come do these Bible studies. I knew it. Same way with these essential oils and salts and butters and oils and all these different things that I make. It's been something I've been doing for a very long time. And that's the thing. You got to do you. You got a lot of people out here impressed by other people and their stuff, and there's nothing wrong with that. There's absolutely nothing wrong with being impressed by what someone else is doing. But you've got to be able to find a way to make that your own. You don't want to be a mimicry of someone else. It would hurt my feelings. I would feel bad about myself if I knew that I was out here trying to be somebody else. I can be me. I'm good enough to be me. I don't have to be anybody else. And that's the same way for you. You can be you, friend. Hold on one second. Okay. You can be you, and people will love you for being you. Let people love you for being you. You sleep better at night. I sleep well. I sleep very well. Just being me. That way I don't have to worry about somebody catching me up in a lie, or me trying to act like some. Did I say the lie right? Who wants to do that? This is lavender. This is not French lavender. This is just general lavender. That's about 2 ounces of lavender, something like that. I got these little cups from the Dollar Tree. So I don't know how big they are. I think they're 1 ounce cups, if I'm not mistaken. Might be ½ ounce. No, I think they're 1. That's beautiful. Beautiful. Balsam, peppermint, lavender, French, eucalyptus, orange, frankincense, lemon. What's this one? Bergamot. Bergie. Oh, how I love you, Porgy. Bergie. Love me some bergamot. I spoke to all of these oils yesterday. Bergamot is great for fortifying the auric field. Awesome. 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 Give me a little pink grapefruit and I think we'll wrap it on up. I'm going to use this one. A little pink grapefruit. Never hurt nobody. Perfect. Boop. Yeah. All is well. You got to stir it good so that it gets blended. Each little grain is blended amongst some those grains that didn't get absorbed by the splash of oil, essential oil. You gotta blend it really good. It smells so beautiful. Now I need my olive oil. Alrighty, so this is olive oil. This is the last item that I'll add. This is a sealer. Olive oil is a holy oil. It's an anointing oil. So we'll seal it with a little oil of olive and we'll be done. So one thing about this bath salt is it does not leave a greasy feel on the bottom of your tub. I can't stand that. It doesn't do that. It's not packed with oil where it's going to leave this totally greasy feel on the bottom of your tub. What it is it's just a highly effective body bath salt. It's not foo-foo. It's not all this and not all that. It's not a bunch of nonsense added to make it smell good, yet not have any effectiveness. Neither is it neither do I use the essential oils sparingly. I use the essential oils in a way that I have been able to perfect over the years that I've used this to be effective. This is effective. This right here, you can call this effective. It's going to get the job done. And I'm super excited about offering it to you. Super excited. So, yeah. And it smells marvelous. It's nothing inorganic about it. It's not anything. I don't need to add a preservative to this because I haven't added, I don't add any water to it. It's all oil. So salt and oil. So it's nothing, no sulfates, no paraffins, none of that. It's all organic. Oils, salt, and herbs. That's it. Okay, so now let's bag a couple of these puppies up. So I don't know if people are going to want to buy large bags at first, or they want to maybe buy some smaller ones to test it. So I think I will lead. I probably should have bought my little tray out here. Yeah, let me get my tray. Hold on, y'all. Okay. Oh, I forgot. I gotta add one more herb to this that I did not add. So I'm going to add a little 5-finger grass to this. Cinquefoil, I don't know how to pronounce it. 5-finger grass is what I call it. Excellent herb. Excellent. Excellent protective, good, prosperous energy. Awesome, awesome herb. Add me a little 5-finger to that. And this sets and it takes on the salts, purge all of these essential oil, all of these herbs, the salts purges all of the oils out of these herbs. So, this is the whole purpose. And the olive oil acts as a way of allowing the salts to purge the oil out. Just as water, if it was soaked in water or some sort of alcohol, it would allow the oils to be purged out of the herbs. The olive oil somewhat acts as that as well, and the essential oils. So I don't want to put any more oil in here. Well, I guess I can. Might as well. And the olive oil also helps moisturize the skin because the salt acts as it dehydrates the skin. So the olive oil somewhat anoints the skin back to its natural state of moisture. It locks in what moisture is on the skin in the form of water, and it helps lock in the essential oil as well. And I may be able to, I'm not promising, but I may be able to add an anointing oil. I might have a promotion where if you buy a 32, because this is my 32 ounce bag. If you buy a 32 ounce bag, I'll add an anointing oil onto the let me change this because my hands are oily from this. If you buy a 32 ounce bag, I'll add an anointing oil to the purchase as a gift. Because what you're doing is, surely you're fortifying your skin with these essential oils that are added in this salt. After the salt burns away all inorganic or all the negative energies, the essential oils are adding their element to them, and they will moisturize the skin. But it's good if you're like me. I like my skin moisturized. I don't like dry skin. I'm not a dry skin kind of person. I don't do dry skin. So even after I come out of the shower, like today, after I salted myself in the shower, I anointed myself with an oil. With an oil that I make. So it just adds an additional layer of moisture to the skin, giving it vibrancy. Because what you'll find also with these salts is that they will exfoliate the skin. They exfoliate as well. Even after you get out of the shower, the fact that you salted yourself was an exfoliation, and it's an ongoing exfoliation. So you want to hydrate. You definitely want to hydrate. Okay. So how are we going to do this? What did I do with my scooper thingy? Right here. Okay. Oh. So The bags are really 12-ounce bags, but I'm gonna scoop them. I'm gonna fill them all the way up as much as I can. So you'll probably get a little bit more than 12 ounces because I'm gonna get every bit of it in here. So, yeah, that's that. This is my offering today. Always looking to be useful, you guys. Always. 12 ounce. Let's do one 32 ounce. We got enough? I think we do. For the like. I can't see your name. CJ, thank you so much. And thank you anybody else that has liked the live. I can't see really clearly. I'm on a phone, so it's in the distance, so I'm not able really to see. All right. All done. Successful, successful, successful. So, what do we have here? I have my 32 ounce bag of cut and clear. That's what that looks like. Doesn't that look delicious? I wish you could smell it. It is beautiful. It's a unisex bath salt, so it doesn't smell completely feminine, but it smells refreshing. And that's my 12 ounce cut and clear. Both of these will be on sale on my TikTok shop. Actually, I'm going to be selling this product through an affiliate. I have an affiliate sponsor that is willing to be the seller and the marketer of this product. It's Cinnamon and Clove. You can find the store on TikTok. It's Cinnamon and Clove 333. I'll put the link in the description area of whatever content I upload to support this video. And I did that so I could take a picture. But yeah, I will put that link there. It'll be on sale there. Hopefully it'll be ready tomorrow or this evening. Because of the generous amounts of essential oils that I use, all of these essential oils I use are premium organic oils. I mean, literally, you can look at all of my oils. They're all pretty much premium. So, and I don't cut any corners with them. So just to make a profit off of them, I'm going to have to, this one is going to be 33. This 12 ounce body scrub is 33. And this one is going to be 55, the 32 ounce. is $55. I think I can price it at that and make it fair enough for you all to take advantage of. This this larger pack will last you a long time. I'm still doing the math on it, but I think it will be no less than 55. And this one is 33. So again, you don't need a whole lot of it. You do not need to lather yourself in it. You need to scoop it out and rub it on your body. Remember, the oil and the salts dissolve in water. So you just want to spread it. You know, a tablespoon in the hand is good enough for each of my arms. You know what I mean? And then that will cover the shoulder and the neck area, and then you just kind of go from there. So you get a lot. This is actually a lot, and it will last you a long time if you know how to use it. If you can, that's the whole purpose of me doing this video, is to show you the amount of essential oils that I put in this. So a little goes a long way is what I'm trying to lead you to. You don't need a lot of this. A little goes a long way. And so for $33, I think that's fair for this one, and $55 for this one. This is my podcast episode / introduction again to my bath salts. I'm super proud to bring them forward to you. I'm confident that you will like them. If you have any questions, please message me. As always, you're loved more than you'll ever know. I'll never stop telling you. Not ever. Be good to yourselves and be good to one another. Peace and love.